Good evening, everyone, or good morning if you're in the UK. Welcome to American Hammers TV. Tonight we've got a very special guest. We've got Tim. Do we know who Tim is? Tim, how you doing? We've got Charlie Boy down that way. Charlie, where have you been? You've been away for ages. We missed you.
I've been doing my night activities.
Don't blame you, man.
Hey, what can I say?
Last but not least, we've got Dan just below me. How you doing, Dan? You okay?
Doing all right,
We're
man.
very relaxed, very comfortable.
I'm doing.
Just chilling. So we'll just do a bit of housekeeping before we get started tonight, guys. Just want to tell you all about our website and our online store. We've got a UK store and we've got a US store, obviously. So please go there, support the site. Oh, look at that. Tim, you're on there twice.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, if you've seen me on the show, if you've seen me on the show before, you would have seen that I've gone through it all, shown you how to buy an item and get it shipped to delivery. Just waiting for the delivery. I don't know what's going on. It must be this coronavirus. Also, just don't forget to follow us on Twitter. We're also on Facebook. We're also on Periscope. And Tim, tell us about the new one we're just on quickly.
Oh yeah, so right here, Twitch, as Robbie Hart is on there right now watching us. So yeah, we decided that StreamYard allows us to do more than just simultaneously stream on Facebook and Periscope and all that other good stuff and YouTube. So we said, frig it. I realized that Twitch, you don't have to do a gaming stream. You can do podcasts as well over there on Twitch. So I said, why not? Let's give it a shot and see what happens. So far, we've had a few people pop in on there and comment live with us. So that's great.
Hey,
yeah,
great stuff. Yeah, so welcome to everyone in the chat. Nice to hear you. So tonight's show is about our squad for next season. So I've put a little presentation together. It's nothing fancy, so don't get too excited, Wes. Of who I think we should get into our squad for next season. Okay, so guys, tell me. We're going to start with goalkeepers, then left and right backs, centre backs, midfielders, all that kind of jazz. And then I just want to get your opinions and who you would change in and out if you could. All right. So, look at this. I spent ages doing this.
Nice.
So that is my West Ham squad. Now, the tactics I want to use is pretty much what we're going to actually do. So we've got our formations. Can everyone see that quite clear, or is it too small?
I mean, I bet you people watching it on YouTube can see it.
I might have to shut one eye. I'm on the drink over here.
Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger.
I mean, we can see the formation. I mean, as long as we don't read any names.
I'm just breaking balls. I can see it.
Yeah. My idea or the formation. So if we're going for a defensive, we're going to be going 4 at the back, 1 defensive midfielder, 4 in midfield, and then 1 up top just to hold the ball up. Little bit more pushing of the team up. Everyone 3 in midfield, and then the 2 wing backs getting a bit further up the field. And then third position is 4 back again, 2 in midfield, 3 up top with the target man up front as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of going to give you a bit of an idea of who I'm going to have in my squad and what positions I want them in. All right. So I think that's pretty much simple to what we actually do. Would anyone disagree with that? Would anyone do anything a bit different?
With what we have?
Yeah.
Oh, with the squad that we have. I would probably go. I mean, everything that you've done looks nice. It really does, right? You put a lot of time into that. It really looks really nice. I would also like to add a 4-2-4, like the 4-2-4 wide, because we have. I don't know. I think if you fit Yarmolenko, right? I mean, if it was fit, I'd like to see him up top with Allaire, and then have 2 wings. I would like to, I'd like to see that. I mean, I think we could handle with just 2 in the mid. and then 4 in the back. But anyway, formation wise, that's it for me.
Charlie, what do you think on the formation so far? Would you make any changes?
The one in the middle, I'd make the middle more of a cam, and I drop those other 2 back more defensive, Suchek and somebody else. But I mean, I like all 3 of them. It just depends who we playing, and you know what I mean. What we going into? But I would just add I would add a formation with a 2 up top, just to have one in the bag, just in case they buy us another striker. You know what I mean? Maybe we get lucky.
Yeah.
You know. It'd be nice.
Yeah, and I think with the kind of players that I've put in, you can automatically just slot that attacking midfielder into the striker role if need be.
Yeah, the one on the far right, I definitely have Suchek in the back. You could switch up the wings depending on if we got Diangana who signed. You know what I mean? You could do Anderson in the middle.
Yeah.
You could even throw Suchek's kind of nice with the ball and can hold it up. You know what I mean? I wish I could see more of them, but
I know.
Yeah.
Man, we should be watching football right now, guys. I'm sitting here looking at this and thinking that, I just realized I never even got to see Suchek like I really wanted to.
Yeah.
That fucking meat didn't even marinate. You understand? He looked good. He looked good for like a half. Boom. And then we're up now. Everybody, fuck off. You can't watch. God damn.
Dan, any advances on that? Or are you quite happy with that formation?
Yeah, I'm good. I think that the left one's really defensive, but that's more of like a kind of what we did with Moyes against City and Liverpool, which is understandable.
Yeah.
The one on the right, if I'm to adjust anything there, maybe take the center attacking mid out, move that as a second forward, keep the wings that they are.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to have 2 holding midfielders at all times. The one on the left, obviously, you look at the one behind the 4, you're presuming that's going to be Declan Rice if we don't sell. And I'm just thinking option-wise, what we have in midfield as far as 4 holding. You'd think maybe we've got a couple that can get forward, but do we have a couple that can get back as quick as they can get forward?
Yeah.
I like the one on the right. I do like the one on the right, maybe for home games.
Yeah, definitely very much.
I'd go for the middle one against away teams, someone we can nick a point against maybe, have a go, get them on the counter-attack. The left one to me is really defensive, but like I said, understandable against the Cities and Liverpools. So, no questions about them. They're all good.
And with this formation, it's not a right. It has to be that formation, and that's solid. There is that part of the game plan aspect where we are for 10, 20 minutes. We're playing a bit more defensive, so everyone has got to drop back a bit more, and then we advance a bit more further when we've got more possession and more holding up the ball, so we can actually sort of weaver into all them 3 formations throughout the game quite easily with the kind of players. So, just for that. Goalkeepers. Now, Tim's probably going to be not a fan of my first choice goalkeeper, but I don't see any changes in our goalkeeping aspects. I wouldn't make any changes. I'd keep it very similar. I'll keep Fabianski first, Darren Randolph second, David Martin third, sell Roberto, and then loan off Nathan Trott again for one more season in the Championship. Someone that's actually going to be in the top half, a bit like the West Broms of last season if they don't get promoted, to give them sort of aspects of like promotional team and how expected to win games and all that kind of jazz. That's what I really want to see never drop. Then him to come and then be either number 1 or number 2 for the following season. It probably has to be number 2 to start off with, but yeah, that's the aspect. And then because I don't see us having a lot of money in January, so where would I want to spend that money? Would I want to spend it in goalkeepers? Not really. Not for next season. I'll probably wait another season for that. We'll start with Dan again. Dan, would you make any changes? Would you sell any of them players?
No. I think everything you've got there is perfect. I was thinking earlier when I was writing my notes down, maybe David Martin as a loaned out goalie also, but then Fabianski's had his injury problems as well, so we do need a backup goalie. I think it's safe to have 3. I like the order we got there. Makes sense for Nathan Trott. Roberto has no future. I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree fully on that.
I'd be surprised if we actually be able to sell him, to be fair, but you never know. You never know. Might get a cheeky meal.
Get him off the wage bill, just give him away.
Yeah. Charlie, what would you make any changes, or are you quite happy with that?
Hey, I'm happy with that, but you know what? I think David Moore, and I'm gonna move him up to the 2 because that's clean. That's fucking clean sheet, David. I'm tired of people. I remember when Roberto was asked, and I was like, "Bring it." They're like, "No, we never seen him. You don't want him. He was the Millwall." And the next thing you know, everybody loves him, right? So we need to put him at 2 because he's my favorite. He's my favorite guy. Fabianski after the injury, I don't know, man. I'm no disrespect. He's great. He's a great guy. But they're talking about who we need money. Okay. Who we going to sell that's going to bring back any money? Nobody. Nobody wants nobody we got. There's only the small. I'm just being real. And if you talk about money, you can bring back. And I think David Martin and Randolph, are they young De Gea or anybody? No. But I don't think Fabianski's shown me like extra to what they have. You know what I'm saying? Do you see what I mean? He hasn't shown me nothing to like, oh my God, he's way better than them two. I seen enough of Dave and Darren. I was like, all right, I don't know. They're probably gonna kill me and be like, you're an asshole, but you know what? Hey, I don't know. That's just a thought. But if it stays like that, I'm okay with that too.
Tim, do I need to get out rant?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So I have a massive problem with most of that, actually. So not with that in particular, what you had said about Nathan Trott. So if he goes to a championship squad next season, which I think he should be upgraded, you know what I mean, from League One to maybe a championship team. I don't think he should be on one of the top teams because he'll just be fucking hung out to dry. I don't think he's ready to be starting for a top team, in championship. So therefore, I wouldn't want to see him on the bench either for one of the top teams. I want to see him get minutes. So I want to see him play for a team that's gonna, take some shots, man. Get punished a little bit, get him worked out, on the championship level because he needs to be up to that speed, not the League One speed. So I don't know. I would say like a mid-table to maybe even a newly promoted side. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, that's what happened to Josh Cullen this season. I mean, with Charlton, they were newly promoted, and he went through the ringer with them, and he did a fantastic job with them. He's been fighting tooth and nail, one of the fresh faces of that club, and they're not doing so well. So anyway, Roberto, like everybody said, it's gonna be really, really difficult to sell him unless you sell him to Bulgaria or I don't know, some other who knows league. Maybe sell him back to Greece. They don't know any better. I don't know, but David Martin definitely out of this lot, man, is number 2 for sure. Darren Randolph sucks. He sucked before he left. He sucked after he left, and then when he came back, he's sucked. He hasn't done anything. He has not proven that he's a number 2 goalkeeper for this club, period. Literally, look at the stats. Didn't tell me any different. Anyway, Fabianski's 34 years old. He's not getting any younger, and he's going to keep growing. His age is going to keep getting bigger. That means 35 is next, and 36, and so on and so on and so on. I know that's prime years for a good goalkeeper, but like Charlie said, since his injury, and that's like I've said a million times on this show, once a goalkeeper has a hip injury, it's downhill because that's especially at that age. Not for a 21-year-old, but for later on in your career. When you get a hip injury at that age, it doesn't heal the same way it would when you were younger.
Hey, all you got to do is lunge. Anybody lunge to the left or right now in your house, and you tell me right now your hip don't have massive pressure.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So the likelihood of him getting hurt again is massive, and I don't even trust David Martin that much. I mean, I trust him more than I trust the rest of the guys. I would prefer to see us sign a younger goalkeeper, not Karius or whatever his name is, but someone that age, someone, 25, 26 years old, get him into the club that's been proven or played at a bigger club around the world. Yes. Listen, you think about all the different clubs on this planet, man. Seriously, all the different leagues in this world that play at, a decent level. There's got to be somebody out there that we could find that would be better than Lucas Fabianski, that would actually want to play in the Premier League. You know what I mean? And actually do a damn good job, or at least be his number 2. You know what I mean?
What about our young
David
boy?
Martin number 3. I just want Randolph out of the fucking equation. So
What
anyway.
about Anang? The young bull down there.
Listen, I was all about Anang. All about him until I watched Braintree Town versus
You found something. I've been trying to, it's like fucking Waldo. I've been trying to find some fucking footage of this cat.
It was, listen to me. It made Roberto look like Fabianski. I mean, it basically the mistakes that he made in that match, it was like under 23s against Braintree Town, like their full squad. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like a non-league club, and he made duffs for kicks, man. What's he doing? He kicking it out of bounds, like off to the side, like stupid Roberto type kicks. You know what I'm saying? Like doesn't know how to kick a ball right. And but obviously that was maybe a year and a half ago. So. Or like a year ago. So obviously the kid's still young. He's growing, he's learning, and he's obviously made mistakes. So he's probably learning. And I don't know what he's like right now. So maybe he is better. And maybe that was just the one bad match and they just so happened to have it on YouTube. But yeah, it's on YouTube. Check out under 20 West Ham Academy versus Braintree Town, and you'll find it. But anyway, that's my rant over for goalkeepers.
Just double check your mics, please, guys, because I think we get a bit of interference or feedback. It might be where Tim was just ranting. Maybe.
I only heard it when Tim was talking.
It's the feds.
Yeah, it's the totally agree with a lot of things you said there, Tim. However, I just think this season, I don't think it's the time to spend the money in the goalkeeping department. That's all I will say on that one. But I think the following season, even in the winter, I think might be the case that we might have to spend money in the goalkeeping area. But yeah, definitely next summer. Right, so moving on to left backs, right backs. So Cresswell,
Not me either.
still our left back.
Somebody's mic got the coronas.
Yeah,
It's Danny.
It's that corona in his
Now it's back.
Yeah, it's you, Dan.
It's me.
It's your mic. Yeah, so I just muted you and it went away.
We gotta hit it. We gotta hit your mic, bro. We can't listen.
No, it's okay. Listen. So basically, it's gone now. But anyway,
No, I'm just kidding.
so Dan, basically, when you're not talking, we'll just mute your mic, and then when you're talking, unmute it. We'll be fine.
I muted it. You want me to mute it again?
Oh, like when you're not talking. You know what I mean? When you're not talking, just mute it.
I'll mute it.
All right, cool.
All right, don't talk to me. Don't talk to
Cool.
me.
We'll just keep you muted for the rest of the show now.
It's not the first time we've had to do this, so don't worry about it. All right, so what are we on now?
So we're on our left backs and our right backs. So Aaron Cresswell, still our number 1 left back, with a caveat to that, Tim, before you go on another round, with the number 2 potentially replacing him, whoever we get in. I've got on my last slide who I would say to replace him with. And then Ben Johnson as our 3rd backup. Fredericks, we can't sell our whole squad, Tim. So we've got to kind of think of the harmony of the group as well. So
harmony. What? What fucking harmony?
Fucking Bone Thugs in Harmony.
There you go. Like
It's the first of the month.
right back.
Oh shit, we getting wild. I told him.
You want to hear a fun fact about Bone Thugs and Harmony? A fun fact. Jerry Heller actually sent me out their first single before it was even released on Ruthless Records, because I was harassing Ruthless Records every single day when I was 13 years old to try to see if they would let me talk to Eazy-E before he died. And I would call, and Jerry Heller answered the phone, and I'll never forget this because my dad will attest to this, because the phone bill was out of control from Massachusetts to Woodland Hills, California. Our phone bill was crazy. But anyway, I would call like literally every other day trying to get a hold of, say, hey, can I talk to Eazy-E? And anyway, he ended up sending me like care packages of just Ruthless Record CDs and stuff like that. And one of the first CDs that they sent me was Bone Thugs and Harmony. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Before they came out, which is kind of cool. Anyway, that was my off the topic thing for the evening.
I think we lost Dan, but I'm sure.
Dan went. Maybe he came back in to see if it would work better. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully. Again, right backs, no real changes. The only thing is, I would sell Mascherano to get some transfer funds to get his replacement, and then I will get Zabaleta in, send him off, saying thank you, cheers, mate, but your service is no longer required.
Yeah, I think that's happening.
Yeah. I think that'd be quite a thing. Tim, what's your views on that, apart from getting rid of Fredericks?
Okay. I think it looks great, other than the fact that you have Ryan Fredericks there. I think Ryan Fredericks should be loaned out to a championship club next season, or sold to a championship club next season, because that's where he belongs. That's his level, man. It's like if you're in fourth grade, you know what I mean, or grade 4, whatever you want to call it, in school, you don't advance classes unless you're ready. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't ready for Premier League, dude. He's not ready for Premier League, and he needs to go back down. So anyway, that 100%, I agree with everything except that. So next season, I would like to see Ngakia be our number 1.
Yeah. I think that's a no-brainer, and that's one of the reasons why I would have Fredericks there, because I don't want to get in another right back and then they expect to play all the time. I'd rather Fredericks and Ngakia to fight out between the both of them. Charlie, what's your views?
All right, here we go. Ben Johnson needs to move up, number 2. TBC, he ain't even there, so Ben's got to be 2. You know what I'm saying?
Well, wait until I tell you later who I was saying to get him.
Cresswell, I like that as a rotation on the left and right, either him or Ben, depend, you know what I mean, on what day. Now the other side, the young bull, that's his spot. That's his. It's not even up for debate. I don't want to debate about it on nobody. Listen, Fredericks, I'll keep him in there when we need him to run fast somewhere. But listen, he just runs into the wrong position quicker than anybody else. Nothing. Listen, no. Ngakia was balling against the best attacks in football. He was holding his own. You know what I'm saying? So he's number 1. He was holding his own, like more, he was more than he's okay. He was playing.
He was better than Ben Johnson against Man City when Ben Johnson had his debut.
And he did, and he had a good. That was a good game for him too. Remember
it was, but Ngakia was just phenomenal, and I got to see it firsthand in the first match against Liverpool. Like I was there. That was amazing. I love. He
has to get the number 1 spot. Yeah. Fredericks, I'm not a big hater, but it's just like, man, if we could put his mobility in like somebody else's, you know what I mean, think tank, it'd be beautiful.
Yeah.
If we could give his legs to Zabaleta and create a fucking monster.
Yeah, dude.
That would be that.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
Yeah, because that's the problem with Fredericks. That's what Fredericks is missing. He's missing a brain. You know what I'm saying? You got to add the Tin Man with the Scarecrow and the Lion, dude. You got to mix it all together, because Fredericks would be fantastic if he just had a football brain. He doesn't. He's a runner. That's it.
And what I liked about Ngakia, when we was playing against the mean attacks, he got it out of there. You know what I mean? He knew. Everybody's like, "Oh, why is he not pinpointing?" We're going against a massive attack. He did his job every fucking time. Hey, that's his spot. That's one spot. Him and Souček, man. I think that we was really starting to cook with some grease. We was really starting to cook with grease, and then we got a whole. I think it was getting a little momentum. It felt like that anyway.
Yeah.
Dan, what's your views? You still with us, Dan?
I can't hear you, Ray, if you're talking to me.
Yeah.
He can't hear you.
I see your mouth moving. I'm just
what do you think of this?
Talk after Charlie stops. I like looking for my headphones. Sorry if I'm moving around. I like Ngakia right back. He's earned that. And then eventually I'd like to see Ben Johnson at left back. I think Cresswell might have another year in him. I'm not the biggest fan of Cresswell, but definitely Cresswell over Masuaku for me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a position that we need to spend big on if we are to spend. I wrote down a few players per position that are possibilities on the fringes of their clubs and stuff. I might get shit for saying it. I'm a fan of Nathaniel Klein. right and left back. If we can get him on loan, maybe for cheap as cover.
We've been linked to him. Yeah.
Zabaleta obviously gone, but I mean Ryan Fredericks is just pants, really, isn't he? He's a headless chicken with pace. So I think he makes good overlapping runs, and he does what he's supposed to do. But if you can't pass the ball in football, you're not a footballer, and he can't pass the ball worth a shit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So,
but no, I like what you had there. Ben Johnson and Ngakia, I think, are the future going forward. Zabaleta, thank you, but obviously, but I don't know. Yeah, it's my take on it.
okay, so this I've actually just changed it around. While we're still here, I'm going to tell you who I'm going to get in as my transfer target. So, Jamal Lewis from Norwich, playing left back. That's who I'd like to see come in. That's who I'd like to see one of our transfer targets for next season. Tim, what do you know about Jamal Lewis? Do you know much about him?
No. I know the only person I know on that club at all is Cantwell, just because I heard people wouldn't shut the fuck up about him, so I was studying him. Everybody would talk about Pookie and all that, but I was looking more at studying. Once I get looking at other clubs, I get fixated on players. I don't get fixated on the club. You know what I'm saying? So my scouting was all about Cantwell.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Lewis, I haven't heard anything bad about him. I haven't heard anything about injury history either when it comes down to him versus Klein. Like Klein, on the other hand, he's fragile. You know what I mean? He's a workhorse. I'll give him that much. When he's healthy, he's on, Klein. But Lewis, I don't think he gets hurt.
Charlie, what's your views?
I think. Hey, listen. You know what? I think he'd be all right to carry young Ben Johnson's bags. That's what I think. That's his spot. Let's give it to Ben. I'm all in with Ben. I'm all in with
Right.
Listen, this is my thing. Straight youth. Let's go Ben. Let's go Ngakia. Let's go Diangana. Let's go Nathan Holland. Let's go Bowen. And let's get fucking running. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No more fucking turtle time. You understand? Done. Sorry. And if you're fast and you don't know where the fuck you're running, you could play in the second squad.
There we go.
That's it.
Fucking Burnley away. Lace them up. That's what I think. That's what I think.
If we're asking about the inclusion of Jamal Lewis, which I presume,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
still can't hear you, Ray. I prefer Max Aarons over Jamal Lewis, the right back for Norwich. But I think Norwich have honestly one of the best right back, left back duos in the Premiership, and I like both of them.
Yeah.
I did have Max Aarons as a possible signing as right back, but I'm a fan of Lewis. Not this year for me, though. Ben Johnson needs a little chance. See if he can handle the pressure, see what he can do.
Here's a good question, and I honestly don't know the answer. But does he play right back or left back when he plays for the under-23s? When he's healthy?
Right back.
He plays right back? Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, he would be but he is quite versatile, and let's be honest, that's what he did.
When he's healthy. That's another thing we need to keep referring to is like, Johnson is another one of those guys that you're right. I would love to see him get more minutes. I would love to see him, get an opportunity. But dude has not been, how I put it, he hasn't been healthy, man. Even this season, you know what I'm saying? Not just last season, but this season too. Like he played that one game and then got hurt last year. He had his debut, then got hurt, and then we didn't hear from him again. And then this year, he's been getting hurt left and right for the under-23s. So I don't know. You're gonna give that guy a spot? You know what I mean? I don't know.
With a short leash.
Well, there you go. Short leash.
A short leash. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I like Cresswell and have a rotation because, like you said, the injury. Yeah. We do got to bring another maybe young guy in. You know what I mean? Like move Ben up a little bit and bring another young guy in on cheap for the third spot.
Oops, wrong one.
Well, whatever we do is going to be cheap. You already know that, but
Someone says, "Can I talk to Ray?"
Ray
you can talk to
Lepe.
Ray anytime you want.
Yeah.
Ray,
Come
Ray
on,
I'll give you his
Lepe.
phone number. You can talk to him anytime you want.
There we go. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. Dan, how's that? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
He's back on his sofa. There he
He's
is.
back, and I don't hear any crackling.
That's good.
Oh, there it is.
Don't
Shit.
say
Ah,
it.
Fucking
Say it
fingers.
now.
It's all
Spoke
good.
too soon. Spoke too soon.
All right. What's next?
Right. What? Let's move on to central defenders. Okay. Right. So first choice on the left side, Balbuena. On the right side, Diop. That's my two. It's not necessarily my both number ones in that position.
You must have someone in mind
I
to
do
come
have
in. Yeah,
that's
I was gonna
to be confirmed.
say. I mean, you have Balbuena as your number one, and yeah, there's got to be someone on your mind.
Yeah, there is someone on mine, and this is going to be my big spend for the summer. So that's my position.
Well, James Tompkins doesn't cost that much.
Well, you want to know?
Anyway, yeah. So look, I think Diop's gone, man. I really do. I think he's gone. The money comes in. Someone's going to come in. Listen, I mean, they've already. What the word is right now. I understand that Man U was the first one to even talk about wanting him, and then that fizzled out. Blah blah blah. But now Tottenham sounds a little bit more serious, and they've actually been throwing out the number 45 million. And I know we've been talking about this on this show recently. That hey, 45 million. I mean, everybody wants to, 65 or 60 plus. Then we'll say, you know what, buy, Diop, take them, go ahead. I mean, we'll use that money and invest it wisely, blah, 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 if we do that. But listen, in all honesty, if someone came in 45 million, I'd fucking take it in a second.
I would take that.
That's two Diops, 2.5 Diops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If
So
it's bad, well, yeah.
yeah, help us invest elsewhere. But again, listen, we have that Cardoso kid. I mean, he's been looking good, in the under 23s. He's only 20 years old, dude. And that could be your, second or third or even fourth defender on the squad, like on the actual squad under 23s next year. Like he could actually make the bench. So you get him and Balbuena on the bench, man. And then you get have enough money to bring in two other people. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. Go ahead.
Yeah. Charlie, what's your views? And sorry, Tim, before we move on to Charlie, what did you think about selling O'Bonna?
Yeah, well, 100%. I mean, listen, if we're going to get money for him, I think now would be the time. And I don't think we're going to get like 8 million for him. I think we're going to get like 15, probably somewhere around that region, because he's proven it this year. This was the year. He hasn't had a season like this since 15-16. You know what I mean? Like this was a solid year for him. And that's the time to sell, especially with someone this age. You got to sell them off of a good year. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to keeping him around. Obviously, I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm saying if we're going to sell him, this is definitely the year. We're not selling him next year.
No. Yeah. Charlie, what's your views?
Well, we got to get some money somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So,
and if we get 15 million for him, I think that'd be a good one.
And we hear rumbles that Diop wants to go. We don't know. I don't know if what's true. You know how they talk, but them two could bring us money. Fabian, he looked like a general, and Cardoso, the young bull. I'm all with going young next year because listen, nobody on his back end looked like anything that if you replaced them, that I'm going to be upset. So we need money. If we could get money out of somebody to get more youth and more speed, and I go with it. We're going to have to I want to see who your TBC is over there, because we got to bring in somebody. Who you got? You got some big Italian center backs? Oh, he's Brazilian. You know Ray Lepe. Ray Lepe got a big ass Brazilian.
I got New Yorker.
A New York. Oh shit, a New Yorker.
Dan, what's your views on that? Can you hear me?
Yep. I think if I'm selling one of the two between Ogbonna and Diop, I'm selling Diop because there's more money there, and I'd use Ogbonna as a backup if anything. I would not start Balbuena. He's too slow for the Premiership. I've not seen enough of Cardoso.
Yeah. I listen, dude. I think both of them, man. To be honest with you, I mean, if the money comes in for both, I say we get rid of both. Real quick, I just got to mention there's someone asking a question in the chat room. So basically, the guy that was saying I want to talk to Ray, blah blah blah. He was basically he wanted to ask a question, but I want to let him know since I don't know if he can read the comment I sent back to him. We'll get to that when we'll definitely answer that when we get to the midfielders. We haven't got there yet, so just stay tuned. And we'll get right to that. Anyway, sorry, Danny. What were you saying, Danny?
I think if I'm selling one of the two, I'm selling Diop for the money we can get. He's younger. There's going to be more teams in for him. I think he's a better defender than Ogbonna. I'd prefer him to stay over Ogbonna. But if we're looking to sell, I don't want to sell the younger players, but I want players that want to play. I feel like Ogbonna's settled now and everything. He was shambles a few years ago, but I think he's doing a little bit better now. He's still not a Premiership defender to me, but there's a couple of players I would bring in personally. Callum Chambers I like, Tyrone Mings I like, and Michael Hector from Fulham I like. All younger players that have got experience. It's hard to centre backs. It's really hard. I feel that's where we struggled the most last year.
Well, Charlie, keep watching. I see Charlie's in the chat. Keep watching because you might want to look at my strikers and you might have a couple of questions or two.
Hey, I forgot my ad. I didn't add my guy Aki from fucking I've been shouting him all year. I want Aki for center back. I can't believe I forgot about that. Yeah, I throw him in there. Let's get Aki. They're not gonna Aki and Mings. Run it.
Right. So that is my big buy for the summer would be Mings. He's English. He's a leader. And, he's going to break into the England team. I can see it now. And that's who I would like to see as a summer transfer. If we do sell Diop and we've got Diop kind of money, I would definitely go for Aki. 100%. I like him. And I think Mings and Aki could actually play together in the central defence. They both do play on the same side. I think they're both on the left side of the defence, but I think they can actually play well together. And Joe, the more I think about if we do get rid of Diop, Aki is so much better. I think he could be that.
And what's the price tag on him right now? What's Aki making?
After this coronavirus, it's going to drop, but he is on about a £40 million price tag as well.
Damn. I'd rather have Aki than Diop than that situation.
Yeah.
All day.
And I think if we get the money for Diop, we can always, with our current chairman, he can spread the money so it's over the two. So he could get Mings and Aki, spend 20 million on each of them, and then another 20 million going forward on performance and appearance and all that kind of job. Yes. Let's start off with Dan this time. Dan, what do you think of them two? You already said you'd like to see Mings in the team.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ake also. I like both of them. I think they do all right together. Mings could play. Mings has got 2 feet. He could play right back there, no problem. I just think that's the area we really need to tighten up. It's okay. We were going earlier about, Fabianski's, getting older. He's not as good anymore. Well, maybe it'll look a little bit better if he has some protection. He won't have to move as much. Protecting the goalie is a big part of football. And we've got 3. You get 2 players together to speak the same language, maybe. Got a little bit of chemistry. 2 youngsters that want to make an impact. I know Ake's been linked back with Chelsea. I like Ake a lot. I'm a big fan of Ake. And like I said, one of my 3 was Tyrone Mings. I like both of them. I don't think they come in to play on the bench. They're 2 starters wherever they go. So together would be,
Brilliant.
Ballon George.
Charlie, just a quick one from you. I think you kind of agree getting them 2 in, wouldn't you? If we could.
Who you talking to me?
Yeah.
Aki and Mings?
Yeah.
In a heartbeat. You know what? I like Billings too. If we could snipe him along with Aki. I'll take him too. Because when them two got injured, that's when they started losing. That's when they started really getting banged up. If we could get those two, you kidding me? I'd come on here and act a fucking animal. A fucking right animal. Listen, if we get Aki, listen, I've been Aki. Let's steal him. Whatever we gotta do, we gotta go fucking heist him. Grab him, whatever, trick him. We're gonna have to do some foolery. Whatever we gotta do.
Tim, any on that? Are you quite happy with that?
I'm happy with that. Yeah, I love Aki too. I don't tend to say it because I don't usually, compliment too many players not on our squad, other than I've done Cantwell and obviously Tompkins, but other than that, is really listen. Aki's an animal, dude, an absolute animal. There's nothing else to add to that. I'm not a big fan of Mings though. I've seen him play, like I've seen Villa matches, and for whatever reason, whenever I get to watch other clubs on TV, that's usually who's playing is Villa, and not really that impressed, especially at the Premier League level. And I mean, he did okay. I don't know elsewhere, but anyway.
Okay, let's move it on to next left and right midfielders. So not really any changes apart from who I'd sell. I'm going to put a little caveat on Antonio in a second. I know he does play up front as well, but I've put him in the right side of midfield. But in this one,
I already see some negativity.
Yeah, they're all going to jump in.
There's going to be some. It's coming.
That's what it's all about. It's about opinions. So I'm quite happy with that. So Anderson, I'll still keep with Lanzini. With these two, you can put them as the attacking midfielders as well as the left midfielders, and Bowen on the right side with Dean Garner. They can all play in that free attacking midfield from left, right to centre attacking midfielder. I feel like they could be interchangeable. And a couple of the other, maybe I don't think there's any other, if I've got it, next slide, that could actually jump up to there. Maybe one person, maybe two. But yeah, again, I would sell Yarmolenko. He's on high wages. I think he's on 130K a week, I believe, on wages. So I'll definitely get him off the squad, get him off the books, see if we can get 5 million for him if we can. Antonio, if we don't sell him in the summer, I'd probably look to sell him in the January transfer window for us, because I feel like there's going to be some teams at the bottom three or in that bottom half that are going to be panicking and they're going to overpay for someone. It might be us, and then if it is us, we're going to need him. But if we're not and we're in the top half and someone wants to come in, they're going to offer 20, 25 million just to stay in the Premiership, because it's 100 million plus to stay in the Premiership easy. So I would get rid of him in the January transfer more than the summer, unless someone comes in with big bucks. Nathan Holland, he needs to step up a level for me. He needs to go in the Championship again to get some more experience, a bit like Dean Garner last season. Tim, what's your views on that left and right?
This guy here, Sparkle, whatever the hell his name is. There we go, Sparkle C. No Anderson out. He wants Anderson and Lanzini out. I agree with them actually on that one. Anderson, I don't know, man. There's a switch that just we can't find. We can't flick it. You know what I mean? We can't turn him on, dude, and keep him on. He's completely underachieved and underperformed. He's shown that there's something there, but we just can't get it out of him, no matter who our manager is. So this is a big waste. Let's get something for him. Might as well get it now. Lanzini, same thing. He's done. He's been done for a couple of years now, and actually ever since his injury last year. So pretty much see you later. Bye. Lanzini, might as well cash in on him now. We should have sold him to Liverpool a couple of years ago when we had the opportunity. Diangana, I haven't seen anything out of that dude. I mean, listen, I've watched his highlights at West Brom, and listen, that was flashy and fantastic. But dude, that's fucking Championship. And okay, I mean, so it's Bowen, same thing. I know I've said the same thing about Bowen, but listen, Bowen, he's been fantastic. I love Bowen. So I definitely Bowen, yes. Great Diangana. I saw him in the Premier League. I saw Diangana in the Premier League with us, and he was a dud. He was complete, like he was the homely chick at the dance. You know what I mean? Just fucking whatever. Just doing nothing, just fixture. He was just there. He didn't really do anything fancy or anything like that. Yarmolenko would not sell. Yarmolenko I would definitely keep around. I would like him to see him as a second striker, or a backup striker. Mikel Antonio, I wanted him sold like 2 years ago, dude. Like, before he turned 47 years old. Nathan Holland, listen, if he's going to go out alone, yes, loan to a championship club, but I would like to see him actually get a fair shot, dude. I would like to see him, start the season, with the club, stay with the club, train with the club, the first team, not go down the reserves. I'd rather see him on the bench with the first team than see him in the reserves. I think there's something special there, and I don't want to see that wasted. I don't want to see another, Josh Cullen, man. I don't want him to get too old now, be 24, 25, 26 years old. And I want to see him young and in there, because Holland I'm telling you, is something special. So, that's thoughts on all that shit you just saw.
Charlie, what's your views?
Hey, Lanzini selling him. Anderson, if the bag is right, we could sell him too. Because listen, when Nathan Holland kicks the ball around, I can hear angels humming.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Listen, he's the chosen one. They better quit sleeping on my guy. Everybody's got pillows and blankets. You better cut it out. I'm telling you. I've been saying it. I'm his spokesman. I'm his agent. I'm his PR, everything. I want him more times, more opportunities. If you keep Felipe, but we need money. So where's the money? Lanzini definitely ain't. Listen, he's too small. He looks like a grade 4 that gets picked on. You know what I'm saying? At recess. He's getting bullied out there. The right side, I like that. Bowen, beautiful. Grady, I love it. Him getting an opportunity. Maybe he could grow into it, but I like it as a backup. But that whole left side, I don't know if I would give it to Holland and say you're our number one guy, but I definitely would give him. I wouldn't put him on loan. I've seen enough. He needs to. Only way that he's gonna get any experience is to play with, you know what I mean, with the people.
Somebody that special, you're right. Like somebody that's, listen, we've had players that have shown glimpses and they go out on loan. They need loan. They just need something. But listen, when you see Nathan Holland, you can just tell that dude
special, man.
He's special, and he needs to be around the first team. He needs to be around. There's some players that just need, more schooling, more training. You know what I mean? And
I haven't felt like that about a guy. I don't know how long, where I was like, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Is special. He has special things. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not, this guy's got a heart. He's a real swell fella. He really loves no. I want to see some skills. He's got them.
He wants it too. You can tell. Yeah.
So, Dan, what's your views?
It's hard. I've had like 10 minutes to think about it, and I still haven't thought about it properly.
At least you're honest.
I would just like to say Yarmolenko is injury prone. I think get him off the wage bill, but I also want to see him stay. I think he's got something to him, maybe as a sub. I'm definitely not starting him as a winger. If anything, I'm starting him up top with Haller.
Mm-hmm.
Again, on Antonio, if Haller was to get injured, unless we bring in another striker, and just let him go up top and run around, we don't have much option there. I am a fan of Antonio. I know a lot of people on here that I've been on chats with are not as big of a fan. But I'm a fan of Antonio. He's not the most gifted player. He can't cross the ball worth a shit, but he runs. And he's got heart, and I can see the passion in what he does. Anderson is donkey. He's just lazy. Yeah. He's the complete opposite of Jared Bowen.
There's no passion.
And one of them costs a lot more than the other, and I can tell you that the one that runs more is the cheaper one. Because there's, I don't know the exact word, but these people, they know what they're worth. People pay this money for them, and they think they're God's gift, and everyone's watching them, and they have a little 30-second period where they do a little Rabano, or they do something that, the crowd goes, oh, he done that, and now let's keep him around because he's got that in him.
Yeah.
To me, it's work effort. Lanzini and Anderson are gone. I'm a fan of being Dejan Garner back, but he's not starting for me. I've seen glimpses, but I've also seen negative glimpses. And like Tim said, he's playing in the championship. Dejan Garner and Holland, I would definitely keep on the books. What I'll do with them as far as loaning them out or starting them, that's up for debate, really. I'd like to see us go for a little bit more pace on the wings. Maybe like a Ryan Fraser, a Damari Gray, someone like that. That's kind of on the fringes. That I'm a fan of smaller players. Not Lanzini, though.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
He's just getting bullied, man. And he's already got injured bones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what do y'all think if we did Bowen on the right and every now and then Grady on the left, or vice versa? If we had to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, listen, as much shit I talk about Diangana, I mean, yeah, at some point we got to give him the opportunity. You know what I mean? Yeah, listen, I wouldn't be pissed off if he was starting over on the left or something like that instead of those fucking two nitwits, Anderson and Lanzini. I'd definitely rather see Diangana if that was the choice. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely Bowen, 100%. The guy's.
I'd like to see someone like Ward Prowse that can put a ball in the box for Haller. Someone like Ward Prowse on right mid, a proper right midfielder. You don't see that much in the league anymore. Like a David Beckham type of player that's only got 1 foot and just bends the ball. Ward Prowse is that kind of guy. Dejan Garner to me is like a right mid that likes to cut in. Bowen's a right mid that likes to cut in. You don't see anyone that just plays out wide and can just cross a ball. And maybe that's what Haller needs.
Matt Jarvis. And we'll just a little quick plug here. We're going to be interviewing Matt Jarvis on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. 3 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. UK. So make sure you tune in for that one. Speaking of Matt Jarvis. So anyway, I just had to get that in there.
That's a tedious link there. Well done, Tim. I like it. With Yarmolenko, we'll be on his wages alone. It's £6.76 million a year. So if we can get 5 million, that's like over 10 million just on that one player saving. So I'm making. So that's what I would just like to get rid of him. Antonio, again, as I said, maybe keep him till January. Moving on to centre midfields. If we keep, I'm gearing up we might need to make some money out of him, Charlie. Just saying. Centre defence to defensive midfielder. It's going to be Declan Rice with Souček's in there, and then I see Mark Noble was playing a bit part season next season. He hasn't got the legs as what he would do. So I really feel like he needs to be, just given a rest, because he can play one game and he needs 2 games rest. That's what I feel. Centre midfield, Jack Wilshere, the prodigal son, will return and save West Ham. He will definitely save us. And I see him does play a bit more next season. I can see him being, as long as he stops 2-footy chatting with his girlfriend, he'll be all right. Again, Mark Noble there. If him and Jack Wilshere swap around, it's not a massive issue for me. And as you guys already said, Josh Cullen, I would like to keep him in the squad and around the first team for him to get an opportunity next season. And I feel like next season is his last chance to actually make an impact or actually get in the squad. Attacking midfielder, I've said Lanzini already and the wings, and Jack Wilshere can play up there with our formation and Fornals. But I see them two as getting ahead of Fornals at the moment. Sel Snodgrass, he's getting older. He's great around the team, but we need to make space for people like Josh Cullen to step up and take it. Release Sanchez, don't even need to talk about him, and then loan out Bernard Rossa, because I don't really know much about Bernardo Rossa, but he's in the squad, so I thought I actually had to add him. Let's go, Dan. We'll start with you this time. What do you feel? Do you feel like we need to replace anyone? Do we need to take anyone out?
I think I'm starting Carlos Sanchez every game next year.
Bosh.
Right.
No,
Get in there.
I'm trying to get kicked out the chat, guys.
Arrest that man.
Going back to what you said earlier, what you showed earlier about them formations, the kind of one holding one for me in a game against City would be like a Rice, Souček, a little bit in front of him. Noble possibly for London derbies I like, but he's, like you said, 1 game, 2 games kind of guy. I'm still, for me, Fornals over Lanzini. Just Lanzini's just gone. Really, I think Liverpool, when they came in for him 3 years ago, kind of decided his head. He says, when he signed his contract, he loves the club and stuff. But since his injury, he's just not been Lanzini anymore. He's not like the Jewel anymore. My big concern here is, do we get a fit Jack Wilshere ever when he plays for us? Because Arsenal didn't, Bournemouth didn't, and now I feel like he's a hypochondriac. I feel like him and Daniel Sturridge are the biggest 2 mentally sick footballers in the world. I feel like they've got this money and it's just a pay for them. I'm a fan of Jack Wilshere, but I'm not a fan of injury-prone players. So it's hard for me to say. I would love Jack Wilshere to stay because when I see him play, he's a great player. But when do I see Jack Wilshere play? That's the biggest concern for me about the central midfield positions. And I also don't sell Robert Snodgrass. And I'm not going to, get into that. Snodgrass is one of my favorite players for West Ham. Again, might get shit for that. But I don't know who Bernardo Rosa is. Josh Cullen, I'm a fan of, but will he get any minutes? I think Souček, Rice, and Noble have got that position kind of locked down. I think it's time for Noble to step aside, but when will Moyes say enough's enough?
So I'm just laughing at Tim's comment. Cheers, Tim. But we come out to you in a second. Charlie, what's your views?
Well, Pablo Fornals is the greatest footballer of the future, period. He's like a Spanish Jesus Cristo out there with the feet. No way he's under Jack Wilshere because he's hurt. He's made out of peanut brittle. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him. He needs to drink milk or something because every time he's getting hurt, he gets hurt everywhere. So he can't be number 2 on anything. Only thing he's number 2 on is the fucking injury list. All right. He was at the park with his old lady the other day. Probably got hurt. Whenever we're allowed to play again, he's going to be the first guy that comes into the season or comes into the rest of the whatever we do already injured. Souček start. Noble. Man, I don't know. We got to do something with Noble. But what do? He's the boss. He's the governor. You can't tell him to leave, right? Like, who the fuck's gonna? You're not giving me that job. You're not gonna, hey, Charlie, go in there and tell fucking Noble, he needs to cut back a little bit, But defensive, I think Souček and Rice, they got it on lock. Souček and Rice could also both play a CM if we're just doing that. And attacking, I would put Pablito. I'm gonna study Spanish so I can write songs for my guy in his native language. I'm supposed to be there right the fuck now. We're supposed to be in Philly the other day, and then I was flying over. I got the shoes. I got everything. I'm dressed. Nope, can't do it. Supposed to be at Burnley. This is fucked. I'm supposed to be watching Pablo. This is fucked.
Tim, take your mic off. Let's hear your views.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fornals is obviously number 1, man. There's no fucking that's sickening. That you have that CM AM like in backwards completely. Lanzini needs to be just completely off. I don't know if anyone's gonna buy him though. Like not in England anyway. You know what I mean? Someone might want him overseas. Suchek, 100%. Yep. Wilshire, I would listen. From day one when we signed him, I'm like, you know what? No, he's going to prove everybody wrong. And I was the Wilshire bandwagon saying, you know what? Give the guy the benefit of the doubt. He's going to save our season last year. It didn't happen. And again, this year, same thing. So anyway, Wilshire, oof, I wish him the best, but that's a lot of wages. We need to get him out somehow. Cullen, I would like to see get a shot for once in his life. I mean, the guy has paid his dues and then some. It's just freaking this sickening love for Noble, has prevented Cullen from getting a chance ever, because that's his position really. And Noble, listen, the problem with Noble is not just his damn legs, man. And this goes to, listen, everybody, pay attention to this. Watch the damn matches, man, and watch Noble, what he does. He's a leader. And he does long balls, more accurate than you'll ever see. And I'm sorry, penalties. So that's 3 things he does, right?
Yeah.
So penalties and long balls. Listen, laser accuracy. I love it. Love seeing that, man. He knows he can switch it up. You need a switch, boom, laser shot, freaking 70 yards. Love it. But listen, other than that, he's out of it, man. He can't defend. He likes to get his yellows, too many damn yellows, and he likes to. Which is, I guess, nice for the London derbies, like everybody's been saying. You know what I mean? But you want a physical player. But dude, you don't need reckless, man. You don't want reckless, and that's what Antonio is too. Reckless. 60 minutes of reckless. You know what I mean? But anyway, so we're talking about Noble. So Noble, that's the problems. It's not the problem that his legs are gone. I mean, it's just he's only got a couple of things that he's good at. He's a specialist. You know what I mean? So, but oh no, he's Mr. West Ham. Fuck that. No, he's not. He's a specialist. Okay, maybe he should literally get his badges now and be an assistant coach or something like that on the staff. But anyway, Suchek, 100%. So it'd be Suchek and Rice is my 2 midfielders, period. And Snodgrass, I would not sell. I would actually have him in that 3 midfielder formation you were talking about. I'd chuck Snodgrass in there with them because he's not a winger. Snodgrass is not a winger. He's a central midfielder. He's done it at Hull. He's done it elsewhere. He's a center midfielder. He's a tough bastard. That's the position he needs to be at, not fucking running down the wings, man. Fuck that. And definitely, listen, nobody can but nobody can, kick a corner better than friggin' Snodgrass.
Yeah, he's nice in the corner.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
Nice.
Assists. He's got more assists from corners than anything else. So that's fantastic. Keep him around. And he's the leader I'd rather have than Noble around, man. If we didn't have Noble, we'd have freaking Snodgrass on the bench, freaking people.
Yeah, I throw him in that CM.
Hell yeah,
all day.
Sanchez, you got to release him. I really don't give a shit how many years he has left on his contract. Eat it up, get him out.
He hasn't got any. That's it. He goes in the summer.
You sure? I thought it was another year on there.
No,
all right.
Him and Sabletta.
All right, good. Rosa, who? But yeah.
Watch Sanchez go be the baddest motherfucker in the world somewhere. Watch this.
But apparently he was like before he went to Villa, and then at Villa, he sucked, and then we signed him, and I'm like, why are we signing this overpaid shitty player from fucking, championship? Whatever. Anyway.
Right, let's move on to attackers. Charlie, get your typing ready. I can hear it now.
I thought you meant my twin Charlie.
So, number 1, Sebastian Haller. I don't see any chances. I feel like this season is going to be he's got to take. He's got to show us why he is a number 1 record striker for next season. Number 2, I'll give the opportunity to play Bowen there when we don't need him. We'll just mute Dan. Sorry, Dan, just mute you for a sec. Put Bowen there as his number 2 because, again, we can put him there. And then Hugo or Ajeti as our 3rd. If I had to pick one out of 2, I would sell Hugo because I feel like we can get more money for him. However, I'm not adverse, and this is why I've kept him in the squad, because I'm not adverse to keeping him and getting rid of Ajeti. And then Silva as our full backup youth striker. I won't expect him to get many games or any minutes, but he needs to be in and around the first team if he is going to be any good. Tim, let's start. Tim, let's start with you.
Yeah, definitely keep Allaire. We just need to give the boy confidence, man. We really do. We need to actually have players around him that know what they're doing, and get the boy some service. Because listen, I'm not gonna slate the guy for getting all pissed off and pouty and shit like that. Because listen, he was played out of position. Typical West Ham. Playing people out of positions and not giving the guy what he needed to be successful, which he's proven to do. So Bowen. Not so much. I would have Yarmolenko as a second striker. We've already talked about that. My third striker would definitely be Jordan Hugo. Out of the lot, man, I think that Jetty is definitely going back to Basel on like half of what we paid for him. So he'll probably go back for like $4 million for sure. Just get rid of the bastard because I don't think Moyes wants him either. Seriously, think about it. I don't think has Moyes even given the kid a chance? No, fucking he doesn't want him either. But on the other hand, who bought Hugo in the first place? David Moyes.
Exactly.
David Moyes wants his boy back. So Hugo's going to play for he'll be our third striker for sure. But again, Bowen can play ahead of him. You got Yarmolenko can play ahead of him. If the guy just doesn't do it. Silva, again, he's one of those fucking weirdos that gets these weird injuries or just he's not healthy enough for us to say, yes, Silva's the next Messiah. You know what I mean? No, we don't know that. So Silva, whatever. I think we got to do. Why did we sell Anthony Scully? That was the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. This past transfer window was ridiculous. We loaned out Connor Coventry, someone who's another young talent player that just like Holland has got this a lot of key West Ham players, past West Ham players, talking about who's the best players in the academy right now. Connor Coventry, Anthony Scully, Joe Powell, et cetera, and we're freaking selling these players off, not just loaning them, but like we sold Anthony Scully. I could not fucking believe that. Pissed me off. That's the guy that I would have at number 4 right now, and I'd have I'd have him at number 4. So sell a Jetty, and that's it, really, for me.
Cool.
Rant over. Yeah, sorry.
I forgot I was still there.
But real quickly, I do want to mention that if there's only one striker on this planet that we don't have, that we've been linked with before, I've mentioned it before, and there's only one other guy that I feel would be great for this club, and that's Joshua King. And that's the one that if we were going to bring somebody from the outside, I see him in West Ham because he's one of the guys like Lukaku and like there's other players that only score like against West Ham every single time they play against West Ham. Joshua King's one of them. Fuck Callum Wilson, he's a loser. Definitely Joshua King.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, Charlie, what's your views?
We got listen, for my twin, we got to recall Big George. Listen, because I'm trying to keep the fucking knife crime down over there in the UK, and he's getting ready to fucking do you in, Ray. You see him?
Yeah, dude.
He's coming for you, Ray. He's gonna catch that fucking train to Liverpool and handle business.
I'm too far north for Charlie. I
don't know, man. He seems pretty motivated. He seems motivated. No, listen, Haller, I liked a lot of things I've seen. Was he isolated? I think so. I like Bowen. I'd like to put Bowen, if not next to him, like right behind him. You know what I mean? Not like a center mid, more of attack, but maybe back a little bit. And then he could shoot out to the wing because Bowen, you could put him everywhere. To be honest,
yeah.
Up front, he could play fucking. He's like the utility guy. So
yeah,
a Jetty, I just didn't see nothing, man. I didn't see nothing from him. And we're going to bring in somebody to sell tickets, and it's usually a striker. That's how they do. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're going to. They're going to bring in. They're going to sell. I don't know. They're selling somebody. Silva and my McGregor. Who the fuck is that guy? Listen, he ain't coming around. He ain't playing. Nah. I'm happy with Haller and Bowen. And fuck it. We call Big George and a Jetty could. I don't know. He could go to the Kosovo League and fucking kick cans or whatever they do over there.
Man. Just remember, we got Yarmolenko too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the guy that I think that if he was going to be healthy for a full season.
Well, I thought we already sold him off in the last little 5 minutes ago.
I will not let that go. Sorry,
but at the I would put him at the forward because all year,
Me too.
right? I've been saying,
Yeah.
why the fuck is he playing on the wing? He can't
No idea.
move. He's
No.
molasses. He's like a turtle with his feet tied together. You know what I'm saying? It's not
He plays striker for his national team. That's how he scored 50+ goals for his national team.
banging him in.
Was striker.
And
So,
even as a youth, at the regular national and the
Mhm.
youth national team, striker.
Yeah.
Pellegrini says wing.
yeah. Fucking
Just-
guy.
Just quickly, if we do keep Yarmolenko, then we're going to have to sell Hugo and a Jetty, boys. That's what I'm saying.
No, Silva. Get Silva out. See you later.
Silver's not on much money. He's still a kid. He's like youth.
But we've already sold Diop. We've already sold, you know what I'm saying, Anderson, you know what I mean, and Lanzini, and that you're talking like 100 million right there, dude. And I don't know.
if we get him. Dan, what's your views on the striker front? Is Dan still there or is he frozen?
Let's unmute him.
You're muted.
Dan, it's your turn.
There he goes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Dan can't unmute himself, by the way.
Go on, Dan.
All right, I keep Haller. I get rid of a Jetty. I'd bring back Hugo. Get rid of Silva. And I'd give Jared Bowen a free roll.
Majority rules.
And then I
Hugo
would
comes
also
back.
I know you said Mings was your big signing, Ray, for the summer. I would honestly, I don't know much of the guy, but I know what he done with Haller. Luka Jovic would be my big signing
Yeah, that'd be
of the
awesome.
summer. If we can't get him as a buy, loan him for a year. He's not playing at Real Madrid. He's a fringe player. I think him and Haller showed what they can do together.
Mhm.
I don't watch German football. I don't know much about the guy, but
Well,
his
you know,
stats speak for themselves.
honestly, it wasn't just them. It was the trio, man. It was Rebic too. It was the
Yeah,
three of
Rebic.
them, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
honestly, you take one of those three out, they didn't really do as hot.
yeah.
But they
I
stayed
just
healthy
look at
enough.
Stats, and I think, like, you know, maybe you bring Jovic in, and Haller's like, oh shit, this is my mate. Look what we done together. Let's do it here. Maybe loan him for a year and see what he can do. And, you know, at least if he can't start Haller by himself again, but just roam Bowen behind him. It can't hurt to loan him. I mean, I'm
Who?
all for Yarmolenko up top also, Tim.
Loaning who? I'm sorry, I missed that one. Loaning who?
Luka Jovic. I'm all for loaning him for a little bit of money.
Yeah.
If he doesn't start, he doesn't
You know,
start. But I'm all for loaning him for a year.
We're not going to get much money out of a Yeti either. So now that I'm thinking about it, you know what? I think the best thing for a Yeti would be, see, he's only 23 years old. I think maybe loaning him out to a championship club next season would get him used to English football. And maybe that would be kind of like what we did with Hugo this year too. Like we loaned him out to, you know, QPR, blah, blah, blah. Maybe
I
a
like
Yeti
that
might come to his own, you know, rather than losing money on him, because
Yeah.
we're not going to get 8 million for him, dude, from anywhere.
That's
So might as
good,
well
yeah.
loan him out to a
like
championship
that.
club. You get 46 games, maybe he plays 30 of them and plays tough football. Maybe he bangs in, you know, 10, 15, 20 goals down there and then gets his confidence at
I
this
agree
level.
with that. Confidence is key. I'm all for that as well.
Toughen him up a little bit.
The only
Yeah,
the only place
exactly.
he's going is Basel if he goes anywhere.
I like that.
Basel's the only team that will buy him. They know what he's done. No one else has seen him since he's been at us. We ain't even
Exactly.
seen him. He plays for us.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Perfect. Right. So on my last slide was just going to be a strike. What I was going to say in my transfer targets: Jamal Lewis, Thomas, and then a box-to-box midfielder. But that's my third position if I was to buy anyone. But I don't feel it's necessary at this stage. I'll just stick with the first two. And yeah, it's spending more money on defensive than I am attacking. But that's, in my opinion, that's where I feel like we need to spend some money. What I would say as a caveat to that is I'll be quite interested. I want to look a bit more into this before we talk about it further. Well, before I go on a rant about it, is I would like to see who's playing in the Italian league for next season because of their coronavirus issues and their financial state at the moment. I feel that there could be some bargains in the Italian league for next season. That's just my views. I think there's a couple of players that we could actually just pickpocket and pick up next season on a cheap or even on a small amount of money to start off with that grows into a little bit more bigger. I don't know what anyone else thinks about that, or if there's any other leagues that we could actually pinpoint and pocket some of their best players from. Tim, do you know anything about any other players?
Any other players? The only ones I'm looking at, man, I really think that Cantwell would be great, especially for getting rid of Lanzini and Anderson. We could use another solid attacking midfielder in there that can play any of those positions, whether it be center, right, or left. And then obviously you guys said Aki. I definitely want Aki, man. If we're doing that or Mings, dude, I'd take Aki in a heartbeat. Mings again, dude. Like, here's my problem. Even with Cantwell, you know what I'm saying? Cantwell he stands out. Okay, just taking somebody from Norwich or a relegated club, I don't like that. I hate that. When we signed Fabianski, who leaked the most amount of goals, one of them, in the league with Swansea, and then we end up signing him. I'm like, what the heck? What are we doing? Why would you take a guy who leaks goals like that for Swansea, and then he ends up saving so many goals, but he also leaked about 50 plus goals too, so he was up there too. Anyway, I don't like it when we sign players from relegated clubs, period. So if we're talking about that, but again, that's the bargains. But like you're saying, Ray, I don't really follow the Italian league. I don't really follow anything except England Division 1 all the way down to 11. You know what I mean? Like, I follow English football all the way down. I don't know anybody peripherally like at these other big leagues that would be worth looking at. I mean, like you're saying, maybe there will be some bargains in Italy, but I don't really give a shit about the Italian league.
Brilliant. We'll be going on for an hour and 15 minutes, so we're going to have to call it a time there because I need to shoot off as well as other boys. Just want to say a big thank you to everyone in the live chat. Thank you for your comments.
Yeah, a lot tonight. Thank you, guys.
Really good interaction. Let's just unmute Dan. Dan, thanks for coming along. Where can people find you?
What's up, mate?
Just thanks for coming on. Where can people find you on your social media?
Yeah, sorry, my mic was all a little screwed up a little bit. I could only hear the fuzziness when Tim was talking.
Oh, really?
Well, where can people find you? Is that what he was asking?
London Bridge Pub in Raleigh, basically.
There you go.
Or the Hooligan in Charlotte. Hooligans or London Bridge Pub, Charlotte or Raleigh. Because there ain't shit in Green.
Right on. Charlie boy, where can the people find you? New York City, baby.
They can't find me nowhere because I'm in the fucking house hiding. That's just my Twitter right there. Boom. That's it. Or you can find me here talking shit with these fellas.
There we go. Tim, does anyone know where you're from?
Yeah, man. I'm from. I'm from. You'll find me actually just like Charlie, just trapped in my house with my kids. Unfortunately, with this Corona bullshit. I think I've been out of my house twice in the past fucking month and a half. So it sucks. But anyway, you can find me all. Listen, you guys want to message me on any of our social accounts, please. If you want to join the show, it doesn't matter if we've never interviewed you before, or if we've already interviewed you and you just want to come back, like Danny's here and Charlie Boy's been here. We'd love to have you on the show. We also have nights where nothing goes on. If you want to do a show on our network, come on, just message us and we'll work something out and figure out how you can get you on and do a show on our channel, because we just want to keep adding content on here. And we want everyone to have the opportunity to be heard. So if you want to join a forum show like this one with us, just message us, man. I answer all the messages on our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and now Twitch. So, just make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, though. No matter where you're watching, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, come on over to YouTube and click subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube, click the damn like button. Like this video. Like it.
And if anybody wants to get smashed in FIFA, holler at me.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't got shit else to do. Get at me on my Twitter.
There you go.
I've been kicking them into the post like fucking every time. It's a bunch of shit, but whatever.
Brilliant. Right, I'm going to have a chat with these boys off air. But one last thing to say. Thank you very, very much to everyone. And come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons. And fuck off Corona.
Yeah.